teacher from Buddhism, the Atman from Vedanta, and the Father from Christianity. The I is in every act, but not in its extinction. The I is not an object, another. I am not an object without. I am the subject within. I am is real, but predicate, whatever it may be, is unreal. There is only one reality that we can know. That reality is I am. Acharya, how can we know this reality I am, and who is to know that? I can't deny the fact of being, but I'm not exactly sure what I'm asserting if I perceive myself as separate from that being. I know it is ridiculous. It's just that this teaching of I am has a certain attraction and it keeps showing up here and there, and I don't know how to put it fully into practice. Grateful for your patience and guidance, Ilmari from Finland. Ilmari, there are 3 conditions in which the person finds himself. The most common condition is that of the subject associated with an object, or a subject with predicate, as the text says. Then the person identifies himself as I am X. I am X. I am X. This is an apparently stable but inherently unstable condition of the person. I am X appears to be such a closed, completed, concluded statement. No, I am X. And apparently, yes, this is a stable and concluded assertion or identification, but it is not. Because I am and X do not really go together. So I am would be X now and X2 after a while, and X3 and then X4 and X5. The instability will remain. No X would ever suffice. X by its very nature not capable of going along with I am. But if I am is besotted with X, it would keep trying X2, X3, Y1, Y2. All the 10,000 things it can lay its hands on. For a while it would appear that the matter is settled and closed. I am X456. But soon the reality would be out. Even number 456 has failed. And so, with dejection and hope, I am would move on to 457. Do you see that X is hope, time is hope, world is hope, change is hope? Do you see how material hope is? Do you see that you cannot have hope without illusion? Do you see that the entire flow of time is hope? Hope keeps I am affixated to a stream of changing excess. What else is the stream? The stream consists of just an infinite number of excess. They are always there. It's just that some are visible now, some are visible later, depending on where I is standing. I moves and perceives a different X. The stream is the universe. You have infinite number of options. You can keep trying. That is the most common state of the person. I am X. We said it is an apparently stable but inherently unstable state. Then sometimes it happens that due to just chance or scriptural injunction or discipline associated with some monastic or religious order, the person decides to vacate himself of all excess. This is the second state of the person. It is a relatively very rare state. Now the identity statement is I am dash. Because the person has perforce driven away as many excess as possible. At least consciously he is not trying to be associated with any X. And if there are some excess in his life, he is doing his best to chase them away. Subconsciously, however, many whys remain. Many whys remain. What are these whys? These whys are the fundamental illusions. These whys are what tell I am that you need something as a predicate or an object. I am has at most deprived itself of the fulfillment of the perceived need. It has not yet given up its belief in the need. And these are two different things. Do you see that? You may say that you need a shoe, but are not buying a shoe. And another thing is to see that you do not need the shoe at all. In the first case, there is repression. In the first case, if you are not associated with the shoe, you will find something else to latch onto. That is the second stage we are talking of. I am with no objects, apparently, but still with all the objective tendencies impact. When I say objective, all I mean is tendencies related to objects. Tendencies are subjective. Tendencies are subjective, but all tendencies point towards objects. Getting it? This stage where I am is associated with just a blank is usually a highly radical and temporary state. The deeper tendencies will not allow the I am to remain solitary for long. I am actually is not solitary at all. It is associated with at least a dash. It's just that the dash is waiting for objective fulfillment. There is no object that I am can get associated to, yet there is hope and need and search related to object. It's almost like being bachelor. The fellow does not have a woman. That does not mean that he is free of women. In fact, bachelors might be more occupied with women than married folk are. And then there is just I am. This I am is pure ego. This I am has also been called as Atma. This I am has also been called as no self or the great void. If you call it the Atma, then you are calling it as the pure self. If you call it as Shunyata, then you are calling it as no self. If you see that it is from this I am that I am dash or I am X take birth, then you call this I am as the Father, as in the Christian dogma. Are you getting it? It is this I am that Nisargadatta Maharaj was so fond of talking about. Are you getting it? We all say I am, but whenever we say I am, we mix it with incompleteness, imperfection. We bring in foreign and alien elements into our perception of I am. Our I amness is always object dependent. It is almost like the subject is searching for itself in the object where it obviously cannot be. So there is suffering. Pure I amness consists of seeing oneself as the source of both the subject and the object. Pure I amness is pure subjectivity with no corresponding objects at all. It is non-dual subjectivity. This non-dual subject is the father of the dualistic subject and objects. Are you getting it? Usually when we say we are the subject, we mean to say we are the subjects related to the various objects that we see around us. Being the non-dual subject, being pure I am, means I am the subject that gives birth to and witnesses both the subject that is mind and the object that is the world. So it is the subject, the pure subject behind the dualistic subject-object pair. That is pure I amness. You are asking about experiencing it, are you? You are asking about practicing it, how to put it fully into practice. you cannot put I amness into practice. You can see at most that the I amness you currently practice is in the dualistic domain. That is the maximum you can do. You cannot become the non-dual I am. You can at best ask yourself, am I Ilmari? Turn the assertion upon its head. And the question would have no answer really. It is in the asking of the question that the answer is implicit. The answer comes not as a response to this question. The answer lies in the genesis of this question. The moment you question your identity statement, you have gone beyond the identity. The answer is here. I am struggling. The moment you say, I am struggling, you are identified with the struggle. You are identified with the world. And then comes the question, am I struggling? The question has come after the answer. Bad. Was it not already complicated? The question follows the answer. It is because you are separate from the false I am that you can question the false I am. Can you question something without being at a distance from it? Can you? So question your practices. That's all that is needed. The great thing about these questions is you won't have to wait for an answer. Am I struggling? Why did I even ask? You are guilty as hell. Am I guilty and ugly and evil as hell? Even before the question is complete, you lose the incentive to complete the question. Huh? That's the practice. Question your practices. And all your practices stem from your identity statements. I am. It's a bit dangerous. If you are happy and euphoric, and somehow it crosses you to ask, am I happy? The happiness is all gone. That doesn't mean that you are sad now. That only means that you are I am now. What does the tremendous I am have to do with petty happiness? Don't try the second path, that will not work. What was the second way adopted by the person, the self? I am dash, I am blank. That won't work. From your identity statements, come straight to I amness by questioning your identity statements. Simple. That is what is called as self-inquiry.